In tonight's Unsolved Alabama, we are taking a step back from highlighting a specific cold case because we want to introduce you to a special group of people who help solve them. Here's ABC 3340's Sarah Snyder.
You've seen the stories, the questions, the twists, the investigations, shows like 2020 speeding through a murder case, and documentaries that leave no stone unturned in the search for answers. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain. I sat down with a panel of retired FBI agents, detectives, and Shelby County investigators who not only spent their careers working unsolved Alabama cases, but then, because of the great need, they came back to volunteer. They come from a variety of backgrounds.
None of us is smarter than all of us, and that we don't know what we'll pick out of his experience or out of Jim's experience, but down the road we may need it.
From forensics to accounting to postal inspection, each of them giving their time and talents, once again serving the community.
And we did love what we did. The interaction with people, seeing justice served, having people held accountable for the things that they've done, helping the victims. We miss that. I mean, that's part of volunteerism, to help other people, and we felt like we really were.
Because of the need for law enforcement and the number of unsolved cases, former Shelby County Sheriff Chris Curry assembled this group several years ago to help bring justice for victims' families.
The fact that we were revisiting cases was not a criticism of what was done or how it was done. It was just a fresh set of eyes by a group that was no better than the original group that worked the case.
Technology is changing, hairs and fibers, DNA in particular. It allows us to take the skills that we learned when we were doing investigations for the original agencies and apply them to these cold cases on a consistent basis.
There's a trend in this profession that it's not as desirable as it once was. A number of factors play into that: civil liability, unrest, recruitment is down. Along with the people who are first responders, the lack of recruitment also makes you shorthanded in investigation.
With decades of experience each, I asked, what is the key to solving a cold case?
The two big things with cold cases are time and technology. Time will cause people maybe to come forward and speak who would not speak before. And the technology advances rapidly, especially DNA and all that.
And keep in mind, when the original case took place and they had all this information and potential evidence in front of them, they didn't have the technology back then. They didn't know how to collect it. They didn't know how to preserve it, or how much, for example, with DNA, they should preserve so that it would be usable at some point. But there are a lot of other technologies too. Just the psychology of knowing when a person is lying to you, being able to read their movements.
Talk about the sheer volume of cases that there are to solve right now.
Well, what I mentioned, that cases are coming in just about every day. They happen at night, they happen during the day, and the investigators, everybody gets handed one somewhere down the line. All right, their case pile gets a little stacked. They may have been looking at the cold case, but you've got to get these out. This is warm right now. You got to pursue it. You give time when you can to the cold case, and eventually you hit that brick wall with the cold case, and you still have cases coming in. So you have to devote your time to the cases coming in. Not that you forgot about that cold case. It's always going to be there.
What is that like when you're able to kind of close the chapter on a case that you've been working on so hard?
Have you ever been outside and take a deep breath when the air is fresh and clean? It's like taking a deep breath. And you have to see them. You have to read the expression on their face. It's heartwarming.
And there is a downside to that too. Sometimes the relatives, victims, relatives, family are thoroughly shocked at who turns out to be the perpetrator. Sometimes it's a real shock to find that somebody you loved, trusted, would actually do this, and that's difficult.
We have our full conversation with those investigators ready to watch right now on our YouTube page. Sarah Snyder, ABC 3340 News.